Well, finally, I think. Wow, hope people make it over here. This is the third try. Oh, what happened? No clue what happened. That's the third try. Um, so that was just crazy. I had set up a lunch live. I set it up ahead of time. That might have been the problem. I set up a lunch live ahead of time and scheduled it. And it just wouldn't let me go on that live. So I had to start another one. And then when I started the second one, it said live is not available right now. So if you come in on this, please let everybody know in the other one if it's still going that I'm over here. I don't know what happened. That was just weird. I've never had that happen before. We've gone live, gosh, 7 years now, off and on, and some of the things have changed because we stopped for a little while, and some things had changed. But that's the first time I've ever had that happen. It just wouldn't let me pick up on the live I had started ahead of time, and so that was just weird. Hello again. This is a different live or the same one. I guess it's the third one. Hey, Freaky Geek, hadn't seen you in a while, but this is like my third try because it just would not let me go live. So if that other one is still going, would you go over and tell everybody that there's a new one? I don't know. It's weird. That was just weird. I've never had that happen before. um, it wouldn't let me go. I had scheduled the live ahead of time, and it wouldn't let me go to it. And then I tried a second one and it said live is not available right now. And I was like, okay, never had that happen before. That was just crazy. Just crazy. So I'm going to kind of ramble probably till some people get in here because I know there were several people in that first live, and they may still be sitting there waiting for me. I don't know. And I don't know how to go. Um, I don't know how to go delete that one because it wouldn't let me get into it. So after my live, I may have to go find that one and delete it. I don't know. That was just strange. I've never had that happen before. That was crazy. Anyway, thank you, Freaky Geek. Hi, Brenda. I don't know what happened. That was a crazy mess. I had I had scheduled a live because I was working and I'd scheduled a live. And then when it was time, when I went to go into it, it wouldn't let me go into it. And I could see people commenting. I could see that there were 4 or 5 people in there and people were commenting, but it wouldn't let me hit go live. Go live was like grayed out and it wouldn't let me go live. But I could see the chat. I've never had that happen before. That was strange. Left a comment under yesterday's live. Yesterday's live? I didn't have a live yesterday, but okay. We're having fall-like weather in New Jersey this week. Yeah, it's been nice here for a couple of days. We've had a couple of days of nice weather. I'm supposed to have a couple of more. Hey, Nancy. Carol Massey weather in Ontario is crazy. Feels like fall one day, summer the next. Yeah. Video. Okay. Okay. Video. That would have been the okra video, I think. Okay. I didn't see that yet, but I will go and see your comment. So as I was saying, I scheduled this live. I scheduled my live ahead of time. And when I went to go into it and go live, it wouldn't let me hit go live. But I could see the chat. That was what was crazy. I could see the chat and see everybody talking, but it wouldn't let me hit go live. And then I tried it a second time and it said live is not available right now. So I figured that second one, because I was already live, maybe it wouldn't let me do a second live, but it wouldn't let me go live on the first one. I don't know. That was weird. That was crazy. Anyway, that's what happened. That is what happened. I never had that happen before. It was the craziest thing. Hey, Glenn, how to garden. Hey, Linda Renner. And anyway, so yeah, the technology, I don't know. It was the craziest thing. But it was crazy that I could see the chat and see everybody chatting, but it wouldn't let me go live. That was what was weird. I've never had that happen. Hope you're having a blessed day. When do you need the door prize? I had some issue with the pressing plant since I originally placed the order after finding out. I don't know what all that means, but the picnic is September 14th. So I would need to have it in the mail before September 14th. I didn't have your complete address. Okay, well, you should have it now. Technology always changing and questionable if it's all good. Yeah, it was, yeah, that was just weird. And they did change some things, but we've gone live several times since we've been back on and been doing lives again. Some things had changed, but I've gone live several times, never had that happen. Giving a door, giving a door as a prize. Yeah. Yeah. If anybody wants to send me a door, I'll give it away as a door prize at the picnic. Does anybody need a door? Anyway, so phew. So hope, I don't know, like if that live is still trying to be going, people may be over there trying to watch that other live. I don't know. But I hope everybody finds this one. The problem I'm having now is that it got sent back to the pressing plant, which they discarded my order. So I'm going to send you my personal copy. Okay. Okay. I don't know what the pressing plant is. So I guess that's where they're making your, it was a CD, I believe, that you were sending. So I guess that's where they're making your CD. Hello to all showing up. Welcome back if you're changing chats. Okay. Is where they make the CDs and vinyls. Okay. Okay. Well, so let's see. I have a list. Let me get my list because I was working. I've been working this morning and oh goodness, I've got a lot of work to get done, but I wanted to go ahead and have my live and I'm bottle feeding those kittens, y'all, and they have scratched me. Let's see. Well, you can't see it on my hand as much now. Okay. Yep. No, you can't see it. Anyway, they've scratched up my fingers and my thumb and my chest. So we had the 3 little kittens that had gotten abandoned. We have some, feral barn cats out here. And one of them had 3 little kittens and she abandoned them. And she abandoned the little runt and took off with the other 2 and left the little runt out here in the front yard. And it was overnight and it had rained that night, but we didn't get it because we was hoping she would come back and get it, and she never come back and got it. So I started bottle feeding that one, and then it died. It didn't make it. And then a couple of days later, we found the other 2 where she had taken them out into the weeds by the shed and left them, and they were out there crying and crying and crying all night. And I finally brought them in, start bottle feeding them. So they're doing fine. They're bigger than the little runt, and they're doing fine. So let's see. Let me read up here. Is the pressing plant an alien? Plus, they won't even refund me the money for any order that gets sent back to them. That's crazy. Well, that's crazy. They should just be able to send out another one. That's crazy. I wouldn't deal with that. I would quit dealing with them. That's ridiculous. That's stupid. Uh, anyway, have a great day. You too, Glenn. You need to wear a thick cloth bib. Alphonse, I'd be sending up bad reviews. Yep, for that action. Me too. That's ridiculous. That's crazy. So anyway, yeah, I wouldn't deal with them if they're going to be like that. I wouldn't. So, Glenn, you have a good day. Thanks for stopping in for a few minutes. Hi, Susan, Urban Bucket. I have to order all over again. It's with all pressing plants. You're basically order at your own risk. That's crazy. Well, they should just send you out another one instead. I mean, that don't make sense. So anyway, we did process those rabbits. I've talked about the 17 rabbits that we needed to get in the freezer. And so I had my oldest daughter and her family, her and her husband and her daughter, oldest daughter, Jonna, and her boyfriend all came over, and we got those 17 rabbits processed. Really, with all of us pitching in together, there was 6 of us pitching in together, and we really got it done pretty quick. So I was really relieved to get that done and have help. And so we split them. I gave her 8, and I took 9, whatever. We split them. So I've got those in the freezer, and I'll be taking them out a few at a time and canning them. And I can do probably 4. I can can like 4 at a time. That's what I've done before. I just don't want to do them all at one time, but I'll probably split it and do half and half or something and can them. I really liked them canned, y'all know. Now, I had before done cold packing where you just put the cold meat in there in the jars. You don't have to heat none of it up, and then you pressure can it. But this last time I done some, I cooked them overnight in my big roaster, my big electric roaster. I cooked them slow overnight, and with some onions and garlic and salt. And man, it turned out so good. And then I canned that. So it'll be good. Anyway, I had opened, actually, I'd saved a little. I didn't can all of it. I saved a little, and I put it with some low carb noodles, and it was just so good. Anyway, so we got the rabbits done. I was so thankful for that. Any pressing plant that manufactures CDs and vinyls don't accept returns. No cancellation once order is placed. This is the reason why I only do small quantity, no more than 5, because of the high risk. Huh. Well, like I said, that's crazy still. I don't know. So my lunch live, this is my Tuesday lunch live. I moved it back to 11 o'clock because Mountain Grandma goes live at 12. So, and this is kind of my lunch break. So I can eat my lunch as soon as I get off of here and then go back to work. But my lunch live, I started out talking about healthy eating and stuff and what I'm doing. So some of y'all know that back in the 1st of May, I went to the emergency room because my blood pressure was so high. And I went through a lot of little things that needed to be, I was miserable, and I had a lot of little things that needed to be taken care of. And the main one was my blood pressure. And so my doctor put me on a low carb, high protein diet. I had been on keto before, and I'd done really good on keto. I lost some weight on keto, and my blood pressure was down on keto. I done really good on it. But this time I had gotten off of it. I'd gotten off of the keto and gained a little bit back. And this time, and my doctor wanted me to do low carb, high protein, but not keto, because on keto you can have fat. You can have, bacon and all that stuff. And she doesn't want me to have as much fat, just low carb, high protein, good fats, good healthy fats, whatever, but to kind of not the high fat like keto does. So I've been doing the low carb, high protein, and I've lost now 4 more pounds. I've lost total of 19 pounds since whatever date it was. I don't remember the date. It was around the 1st of May. So I'm down now 19 pounds since 1st of May, and I'm very happy. I feel so much better. And anyway, I'm doing good on this. This is probably the easiest. Keto was easy, and this is easy. I'm just not having the bacon and fatty meat. I'm kind of doing more of a leaner meat and watching the fat. And no sugar, no sugar. And she wanted me to do no salt. So I've done kind of low salt, and I've kind of added some salt back, but I was big on salt. I used a lot of salt. I like salt. I'm a salty girl. I'm a salty girl, and I like salt. And so I'm not doing as much salt. I'm doing just added a little bit back, and trying to watch that. So no sugar, low salt, low carb, high protein. That's what I'm doing, and it seems to be working. So anyway, so let's see. I done the okra video a couple days ago, where I done the cut up the okra. If you hadn't seen that, go see it, because it's really good. If you grow okra, if you like fried okra and you grow okra, do that. Can it that way. It is so good. And I'm not supposed to have the flour, but I do. And whatever, I fry it in coconut oil, so it's kind of okay. And I don't eat a whole lot of it because of the flour. I could probably flour it in almond flour or one of those things and do better with it, but I don't eat a whole lot of it. Lee really likes fried okra, so he eats way more of it than I do, and I just eat a little to satisfy that hunger. Can I please see the guitar that's by the shelf on your left by the door, if I'm not mistaken? No guitar. No. I don't know what you're looking at, but there's no guitar. I'm not sure what you're looking at. There? If you're talking about that, that's just a walking stick. That's just a walking stick. No guitar. I'm not sure what you're looking at. Anyway, Lee has a guitar, but it's out in his shed. So he has 2 actually, and they are out in his shed. So if you're looking right here, that's just walking stick and some stuff sitting there, a sign and a couple of walking sticks. Yeah. Hey, Kathy. So anyway, what else? Let's see. So I've talked about my weight loss. So I've lost 19 pounds since around the 1st of May, whenever it was that I went to the emergency room, and I'm so much better. I'm so much better, y'all. I had so many little things wrong, especially the high blood pressure, and then several other things and stress and everything else. So, but I just feel so much better now. And hey, Jennifer, Prep for Eternity Homestead. So let's see, what else? Egg sales. I told y'all about my little flag that I got that has fresh eggs and has my phone number to text me. for fresh eggs. Well, I didn't even need the flag because I took a picture of that flag and put it on Facebook, and I now am selling 4 dozen a week. Right now, I'm selling 4 dozen a week, and you know, isn't this the craziest thing? I don't know if y'all had this, but this is the kind of thing that happens, especially to me. So I was getting all these eggs, and I kept talking about, you know, I had so many eggs coming in. I need to sell some because I had so many eggs coming in. I was even giving some away for a little bit there, and had so many eggs coming in. I was getting 12 a day. I was getting 12 a day at one point, and and I started talking about selling them again, and put up my sign, which the sign hasn't the sign at the end of the road really hasn't done any good. It's been where I put it on Facebook, and now I'm selling 4 dozen a week right now. Could sell a couple more if I had them, but now they've slowed down laying, and I'm only getting about 6 a day, about half. I'm like, don't that figure? Don't that figure? I think I probably need to take my sign down because now I don't need anybody to see my sign at the end of the road and call for eggs because I don't have enough. So anyway, of course, I did have 2 chickens die. So out of the 12, I was getting 12 eggs a day. Well, one chicken got killed, and the other one just died. Don't even know. I guess it was older. I do have some hens that are older. So one just died, I guess, old age, and the other one got killed. And so that was 2 down. So I'm looking at getting a few more. I was telling my friends, Holland and Lily over at Higgs Rock Farm, they have a lot of chickens, and I was telling him, and he said, I'll give you a couple laying hens to help you make up for that. And we just hadn't gotten there to get with them and do that, but he is going to give me a few. But also yesterday was Lily's birthday. So if they happen to come on here, they probably won't because her son is visiting her for her birthday, but her birthday was yesterday. So if you do see them on a live, wish her happy birthday. But and that's Higgs Rock Farm. So anyway, if you're missing anybody, drive the U2 street with doors open to fix that. Oh, you're talking to Kathy. You're being funny with Kathy. They're going to lunch with her son. Yeah, I figured that. So I knew that the son was coming in today. Her son was coming in today, and I figured they'd go eat lunch. So my condolences to those you knew. Old Alabama gardener personally, if Teresa did not mention it in the video yesterday, I'd never known. Yeah, and he passed away way back. He passed away a couple of years ago, actually, but just a day or two ago, Pete at Little Pete's homestead passed away. So remember that family, Pete. Pete came to one of our Heartland Homesteader picnics a few years ago and brought a couple of his buddies with him. And he's just a really, really nice guy. And that was sad. Saturday night. He passed Saturday night. I think, I don't know if anybody knows because I do not know, but I knew he had some heart problems. So I'm assuming that it was heart problems that caused him to pass away. Now, old Alabama gardener, he passed away a couple of years ago. He was getting on up there. He was pretty old. I don't know what he passed from either, but he was pretty old. Pete wasn't that old, I don't think. I would think that Pete was probably about my age. I'll be 61 in October, y'all. 61 in October. But the good news about it, I dreaded turning 60 so bad. And I dread turning 61. But the good thing about turning 61 is I'm retiring at 62 as soon as I turn 62. So when I turn 61, I can say I've only got a year left to work and I will be done. Done. I'll be done. So that's exciting news. um, she didn't say, yeah. When I stopped getting notifications during the shutdown, I feared the pandemic got them all. Yeah. And next year you'll be 62 or again. Yeah. Yeah. 60 again. That's sad when you got to hold at 60. It's like, psh, why? By the time you're 60, there ain't no holding. Ain't no reason to hold. I'll trade you ages. I'll be 65 in January. Yeah, 65 in January. You don't look in your 60s. You'd appear to be in your 30s. Aw, which older than you. You're older than 60 or older than 30. any uh, any age that ends with 2. 55 is still 55. 55 is still 55. I'll be 61 in September. Yep. 40. You're 40. If I was 30, you'd be older than me. No, I'm 60. Be 61 soon. 55. Downside up is 22. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I'm getting old. So let's see what else. Egg sales. I talked about that, and that. So I will show y'all what I've got going on right now. I've got so much going on right now. I'm still doing a little canning, not much. Canning's about over for us right now. I done the sugar-free chow chow. I done sugar-free chow chow with my green tomatoes because I had gone out and got red tomatoes one day and picked the red tomatoes and done something with them because I've done salsa and tomato soup and maybe something else and spaghetti sauce and spaghetti sauce, salsa, and tomato soup I've done with my red tomatoes. Well, I went out and picked them one day, and about 2 days later, I went out there to check them again, and they were getting ate up by hornworms. I found 3 great, big, huge hornworms, and I killed them, but then I thought, I'm not fighting them. I'm not fighting it. I've done canned a lot off of these. I'm not fighting it anymore. So I just went ahead and picked all the green ones and made chow chow. And anyway, so that was about that. And then the okra. I canned the okra. We didn't have a whole lot of okra. Okra didn't do great this year. But I still had a lot from the last 2 years. I had some from last year and the year before. And so we didn't need a whole lot of okra. So anyway, that was about it. We've got herbs left. And what else? I can't think. That's about it. He's got some watermelons left, and his watermelons have been great this year. He's got several watermelons still up there, and that's about it. Herbs, lots of herbs left that I have done and done and done on them. You know, with herbs, the more you cut them, the more they grow. So when you have your herbs going and you think, oh, they look so pretty, or oh, I don't want to cut them. The more you cut them, the more they grow. So cut them herbs and use them, because the more you cut them, the more they grow, and then you've just got more and more. I'm getting ready to make salsa this afternoon. The saddest thing, the hummingbird moth, is the adult hornworms, and they are beautiful. Yeah. Will you do the dance too? Brenda, do the salsa dance while you're making salsa. So I'll show you something else I'm working on. Some of y'all have heard me talk about my group, my Sunday school class. part of my Sunday school class. Not everybody in my Sunday school class wants to participate, but part of my Sunday school class are also kind of preppers. And we have a little group outside of our Sunday school class. We get together and have a little kind of prepper type group, but we're also all Christians. So we decided to do a ministry in our prepper group. And so we had started the Buckets and Bibles. And Buckets and Bibles, we take a 5-gallon bucket and put food and a few like survival items, like a flashlight and a matches or lighter, and hand wipes, and a few things, mostly food and a Bible. So in order to supply that, we had started a couple of fundraisers. We sold some T-shirts at the Eclipse. We had the Eclipse was Total Eclipse here, so we sold some T-shirts for that and made some money. And we've also done the Rata knives, and I put the Rata knife link in that last video I done. The okra video has the Rata knife link in there if you like Rata knives and want to help out with our Buckets and Bibles. So also we had started this, a guy had started this for me, or helped me start this, and we were going to sell some things on Etsy for our Buckets and Bibles. And I made some products for it and was going to give the profit off of it to the Buckets and Bibles. Well, he moved and never got the Etsy store up, but I have an Etsy store. Listen, this is bothering me, y'all. I am ate up right here with these kitten claws. The kitten claws have ate me up, and it's kind of sore. Anyway, oh, thank you, Nancy. Anyway, so let me finish this and I'll read. Oh, I did not know that about the hummingbird moth. Okay. All right. And somebody came in. Julie. Hey, Julie. So we started these products. I made some of my products that I make, and he got labels made for them, but he moved and did not get to put the Etsy store up and finish it. And I have an Etsy store under Stringfield Ridge Farm on Etsy. I don't have any products on there right now because I sold some stuff on there. I was selling my jewelweed soap and salve. Y'all have seen me show that before. Whoop. My jewelweed soap and salve that I was selling on my Etsy store. And I made more, but I haven't put any more up on my Etsy store yet, but I'm going to. And now those are mine. Here are some of the products that I made to put on the Etsy store for the Buckets and Bibles. And he made black labels. I don't know if I can get that to show good. Whoop, sorry. Okay, the black labels are for the Buckets and Bibles. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, because I don't want to start another Etsy and get into all that. So I am going to put these also on my Etsy store at the Stringfield Ridge Farm. I'll get that up in the next couple of days. And I'll probably get it up tomorrow, maybe. In the next few days, I will get that up and sell some of these products. And these products with the black labels, the profits will go to the Buckets and Bibles. So this is a natural deodorant. It's really good, y'all. This is a good deodorant. This is what I use. I use mine in a little spray bottle, but he wanted to get these roll-on bottles. So he ordered these roll-on bottles for us, and he got these labels made. And this is a really good deodorant. Now, the only problem with it is it's not real thick. It's kind of a little wetter, a little runnier than most roll-on deodorants, but it's a liquid roll-on, but it's a really good deodorant. And it's got witch hazel, aloe vera, baking soda, clary sage oil. And anyway, so any of these with the black labels that are on my Etsy, the profits will go. I'm gonna take out what it cost me to make it, my little bit of cost, which isn't too bad, and then the rest will go to the buckets and Bibles. And this one is jewelweed salve, but it's a smaller. So it's a lot smaller than mine. I was making jewelweed salve in these. These are mine. This goes to me. It's got Stringfield Ridge Farm on it. Those will go to me. This is the jewelweed salve. It's a lot smaller. Mine is 2 ounce, and this is don't say, half ounce maybe. I don't know. Anyway, it's just a little small jewelweed salve. Anyhow, also have elderberry. Now this is one that I made for him to put on for the buckets and Bibles. Elderberry syrup, elderberry elixir. It's not really a syrup, it's an elixir, but you could put, a dropper of this in a drink or something. And I can't get I can't get that straight. Okay, there's a couple more. These do not have labels, but the black one will have a label. It is my super salve. If y'all remember, and I don't have one of mine, but my super salve that I was making for pain, there's a little one. This is a little 1 ounce of my super salve, and it's in the black tins are what they got for the buckets and Bibles. Will be in a black tin, and that will go to buckets and Bibles. And I'll have to get labels made, though. He didn't get finished with what he was doing. So I need to get labels made for these, for the super salve and comfrey salve. Comfrey salve will be mine. It's in my tins. That will be mine. These will have a black label, I think, and this, we had planned this one for the buckets and Bibles. It is a natural hand lotion without any, crap in it. It's just a natural. Well, I can't think. Aloe vera. No. Maybe. I can't think of what it is. I've drawn a blank. Anyway, it's kind of an all natural hand cream that's, I just made up for our buckets and Bibles for some sales. And we were going to do, like, somebody was going to make some crocheted items. And I forgot what else. Somebody was going to do a beard oil type thing. And I don't remember if it's coconut butter. I had to go look. It's back there. I think it's aloe vera. I want to say it's aloe vera. Anyway, it's like a creamy aloe vera mixed with something else. I can't remember this moment, but it'll be on the labels. I'll go look and put it on the labels. Anyway, it's all back there. I've got a big, great big tote that's got all that stuff in it that was for the buckets and Bibles and what I bought to make it with and everything. And anyway, so I've got to get all that finished up and get it on my Etsy so that we can use these products that I had made, Sorry, my throat gets dry really easy and fast. All right, I'm going to go back up here and see if I missed some comments. I didn't know. Hummingbird, okay. Do you need any Braille labels for your products? No. You have another kitty. How sweet. Let me tell you. Oh, it's 2 of them. Now it's 2 of them because I had the one little runt I was bottle feeding, and she passed. And then we found two more out there, but they were a lot bigger than her. Is same. We know it's the same mama, same 30 kittens she had, but the little runt she abandoned. I bottle fed it for 3 days and then it passed. Then we found the two other ones that were bigger and they're healthier. They're bigger and healthier anyway when we found them. But she left them out there all night crying, just cried, cried, cried all night long. And the next day, and I said, she's abandoned them too, I guess. And so we got them, brought them in, start feeding them. One of them is gray, and she has the biggest head. She has a huge head. And the little black one is big too. They're big hog heads. I mean, especially the gray one. And so I was bottle feeding them and trying to think of names because they're both girls. I thought at first they were going to be big old tomcats because of how big their head is. But then I realized they're girls, and I was like, okay, I need big girl names. So we named the gray one. She's like a smoky gray, about like my hair, smoky gray. And we named her Maud after Maud on the Golden Girls. Maud is a big old woman, was. And so we named her Maud. Pretty sure she passed away. The real, Miss Maud. Maud, we all know Maud. She had her own channel. There was a show named Maud after her, and then she was on the Golden Girls. Beatrice, can't think of her name. Y'all know though, and I think she passed away. But we named her Maud, and then the black one we named Medea, because Medea's a big old. So they are Maud and Medea, and they are hilarious. All the girls from Golden Girls passed. Betty White was the last one. Potter, Beatrice Potter? No, it's not Beatrice Potter. So let's see. Oh, I missed some. Sorry, y'all. I missed some comments. Let me go back up. I will be looking at your store. Thank you. I should have that up in a couple of days, maybe tomorrow. I'm going to try to, but I've got to get labels for some of it, so I'll have some of it up. The stuff I've got to get labels for, I'm going to have to order labels first before I can get those on there. The comfrey salve is some good stuff. Helps my hands a bunch. How do you make butter out of coconut? Let's see. Loved Maud. When she told author, God will get you for that. Be author. Is that right? Be author? I guess it is. That sounds right. Anyway, on Golden Girl, her name was Dorothy. Oh, that's right. You're right. I was just thinking of her as Maud, but you're right. Anyway, to me, she's Maud. I will never forget her as Maud. She had the same kind of character and attitude on Golden Girls as she did on Maud. That's why it sticks in my head. Because on Maud, she was a big, tall woman, and she was in charge. Oh, my mother watched the shows. Well, I did too. Hey, Red Shed. Good to see you. Hadn't seen you in a while. So anyway, let's see. I'm trying to watch my time because I gotta get back to work. I'll have to eat and get back to work. So I think that's everything off my list, y'all. But anyway, so I'll be putting up these products, and if you want to look at the products when I get them on my Etsy store, my Etsy store is probably still on there with maybe. I think it might still have his arrowheads on there. He had made some homemade arrowheads that we'd put on there. And I had some of my soap and salve on there. But I ran out of soap and salve at the time and took it off. So I don't even know what's on there. I've got to go look at it. Hopefully they haven't shut it down for lack of use. But if they have, I'll just start it right back up as soon as I get time to get it all put on there. I got to take pictures and get it all put on there. So let's see. She did, and in real life, she was a truck driver. What? Oh, in one of the wars. I think I do remember that. It seems like I remember that I heard that she was in war, I don't know. It would have been what, Vietnam or something? I don't know. Anyway, my daughter and I loved that show. Uh, she gave Archie Bunker a run for his money. I'm off to go for my walk. Have a blessed day. I'll be putting the CDs in the mail today. Okay. Thank you, Alfonso. All right. Anyway, so what else? I got nothing else, y'all. I'm about done. There is also, I don't think I brought that in here. In one of the little black tins, and I don't know if I'll be able to save that, or, I mean, I probably could, but there's a little black tin that's smaller than this one. I don't know. I don't know what it is. These are probably, I don't know what these are. Half ounce. It didn't say. I wished it said on there how many ounces. I don't know if that's a half ounce. It must be. This is 2 ounces. So that's probably, is that an ounce or a half ounce? That might be an ounce. I really can't tell. That might be an ounce. I wish I knew. I think it's an ounce because I have a smaller black tin that has lip balm. I made some lip balm, but they were sitting sideways in the box they were in, and I guess they got warm and they all melted to one side. So weigh it. That might work. I don't know. I'll try that. I'll weigh them both and see which. Anyway, I have little bitty black tins that were for the buckets and Bibles. That's lip balm, but they're all kind of melted to the side. So I need to. There's only 6 of them. I need to set them up straight and maybe get them warm, get them good and warm so they'll melt back down even, and then I can get labels. They have no labels. I'll get labels and put those on there too, I guess. But anyway, it's all natural ingredients. I've done everything as natural as possible. I did add, in all the salves and things, I added vitamin E oil, which is a preserver, will help preserve them a little longer, and all that stuff. But it's all natural stuff, every bit of it. So looks like it to me. Okay. I'm off to check the mail and get some steps in. Thanks for stopping in. I'm fixing to get off here so I can eat my lunch and get back to work. She played Cousin Maud on All in the Family. That's where Maud originated. Huh. I didn't realize that. I knew she'd played Maud on several different things, maybe. And that's why I was thinking she was Maud on Golden Girls, but she wasn't. He's right. She was Dorothy on there. She should have been Maud because that was just her personality, I think. Her personality was just Maud, was just in charge, bossy, kind of grouchy a little bit, and yeah, big old woman. And so this little gray kitten, I'll have to show y'all. I'll show y'all when they're awake sometime. Right now they're sleeping and I ain't waking them up. But it's big. It's got a big old head. It looks like, I mean, you would think it was going to be a tomcat. You know how tomcats are big and then they have this big old hog head, and that's what she looks like. But they're both probably about 5 to 6 weeks old is what I'm figuring by. You can look online and find a chart that shows you what to look for and how old kittens are, and they are right in the 5 to 6 week um, chart there, age there. But her head is as big as her body. It's funny. um, Anyway, so that's why she's Maud. And the other one is pretty big too, but not as big. And so she is Medea, Maud and Medea. Um, anyway, I think that's all. That's all I've got to talk about. So I'm going to get off here, eat my lunch, and get back to work. And thank y'all for being in here with me. And so this will be regular. I'm going to do Tuesday at 11 Central. Tuesday at 11 Central. And hopefully we'll get to go live Friday night. Me and Lee do Friday nights at 7. And hopefully we'll get to do that this week. I don't know of anything else we've got going on. A lot of times there's something. Now I've got and that's usually Friday night. Now I've got a grandson that's fixing to play high school football. Gosh, they grow up so fast. I've got a grandson that just signed up for high school football. And unless he's sitting on the bench, if he gets to play, so they've got a big football team this year. So depending on how good he is, whether he gets to play much or not, if he gets to play, I will be going to those. And those are always Friday night. A lot of games are Friday nights. So, of course, Jonna will be playing basketball and softball. I don't know if those are Friday nights. Basketball probably will be. But anyway, you never know if they're going to throw him in or not. Yeah, we'll see. If he ain't very good and they don't throw him in and he's a bench sitter all the time, I might not go much. But I'll go a couple times just so he knows I came. But I don't like sports. I am not going to go sit through sports unless it's my grandkid playing. I'm sorry, but that's the way I feel. I do not like sports. I cannot stand watching sports. But if my grandkid is out there playing, I'm going to watch. So, anyway, that's just the way it is. I don't care a lick for sports, any kind of sports. But by golly, if my grandchild is getting to play and out there playing, I like to watch. So I don't always get to do that. I've got several. Y'all know I've got 14 grandkids. I've got 14 grandkids. So there's always somebody playing, and I don't get to go to all of them. But I do like to at least show them some support and go to a few. And like with Jonna, I know this probably sounds horrible, but some of them don't get to play much. Jonna is on basketball and softball and plays every game. She's never any game not playing. She plays every game, about all the game through. So I'm usually at most of hers because she's going to play, and she's pretty good. And some of the smaller ones that are in, Little League and all that, I go watch them some, but Little League is kind of, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, but Little League, there's a whole lot of balls going everywhere and nobody being able to catch them, and that's just the truth. So I go some, but I don't go to every game and all that. Anyway, what, you're not going to do your live from the bleachers? Yeah, I could do that sometime. Y'all would be bored stiff at some of them. I always get hoarse from screaming. Yeah, I get upset. I can't help it. So that's a problem with me going to ball games, is I get really upset. And I don't scream, and I mean I do a little, but I'm not like that parent that's screaming at the coach or the referee or something, but I get upset. And then I'm like, mad. So yeah, that happens. Linda, this stupid phone doesn't spell things right. Don't hurt one of my babies. Yep. That's, yep. Just blame it on autocorrect. Yep. All right, y'all. That's it. I'm gonna get off here. Thank y'all for being here. And Linda Renner is I turned memberships back on because I enjoyed sending the newsletters out and communicating with people through that that avenue. And so I always send a monthly newsletter out, and about every other month I send a little gift of some sort, and like to shout y'all out. I hadn't figured out how I'm going to do the. I'm going to scroll the member names before or after or both every video once I get that kind of figured out and get that going. And so Linda Renner was my first, and Linda Renner has been with me a long, long time. She has been on our channel way back when we first started lives. We had Linda Renner, and she had to tell me how to pronounce her name because I wasn't real sure, but it's Renner, rhymes with dinner. That's what she told me. And she's our first member back on, so we appreciate her so much. And so I would get that set up with my memberships and start sending newsletter every month. Probably maybe the first of every month, send out a newsletter, and then every other one will have a little gift in it, and then I'll get your name up on videos. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, Linda Renner. So I'm going to get off here now. If I can find end. There's end. See y'all.